Triple H scraps massive Jacob Fatu plans. Jey Uso traded back to SmackDown. Major plans Triple H is rumored to cancel for Crown Jewel 2024. Ric Flair breaks silence after the tragic passing of his 24-year-old son. Does Samantha Irvin hate WWE? Cody Rhodes is crossing the line. Paul Heyman is being ignored by the WWE. There's a big issue with Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso's reunion. Let's dive right in. Major plans Triple H is rumored to cancel for Crown Jewel 2024. WWE Crown Jewel 2024 is just around the corner, as the Saudi Arabia Premium Live event is set to air live on Saturday, November 2nd, 2024. As of this writing, the Triple H-led promotion has already announced 6 matches for the PLE card. However, the Crown Jewel event is always expected to be full of surprises, with major moments likely to unfold. Let's discuss 4 changes Triple H could make to Crown Jewel 2024 at the last minute. Number 1. Adding Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez to Crown Jewel 2024. WWE has already hinted at a match between Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez, and with Crown Jewel on the horizon, Triple H could book this showdown for the Saudi Arabia PLE. In recent years, Mommy has been part of this international event in various ways, so it would be no surprise if the game includes Ripley at Crown Jewel again. A match between these two at a premium live event would also benefit Raquel, giving her a compelling spot in a major event. WWE could add Ripley versus Rodriguez on tonight's episode of Raw, where the Eradicator might challenge Liv Morgan's newest ally. Number 2. Triple H could announce a segment involving Goldberg for Crown Jewel. Goldberg recently appeared at Bad Blood 2024 and engaged in a heated verbal exchange with Gunther. This sparks the possibility of a future match between them and increases the likelihood of the iconic star's return to the squared circle. One major last-minute change that the King of Kings could make to the Saudi Arabia show is adding a segment featuring the Hall of Famer. In this segment, Goldberg could announce his in-ring return at Crown Jewel and officially declare the ring general as his next target. There's even speculation that the veteran might interfere during the match between Gunther and Cody Rhodes in Saudi Arabia. Number 3. Seth Rollins versus Bronson Reed might get cancelled. Adam Pearce has officially announced a Reed versus Rollins match for the Saudi Arabia show. However, on tonight's Raw, this match could get cancelled if another brawl ensues between the two. This could happen if the Visionary and the Oscilla tear into each other and refuse to stop, even after Adam Pearce's orders. As a result, the Raw general manager might cancel their match as punishment for defying his rules. The real rationale behind this could be to postpone the match for Survivor Series War Games, as the Crown Jewel 2024 card is already stacked. Number 4. The Bloodline match could be made official for Crown Jewel 2024. Another last-minute change to the card for the Saudi Arabia Premium Live event could be the addition of a match involving the Bloodline at Crown Jewel 2024. While no announcement has been made yet, spoilers for next week's SmackDown suggest a match could be made official. A 6-man tag team match may take place at Crown Jewel, where the OG Bloodline would clash against Solo Sikoa's faction. Ric Flair breaks silence after the tragic passing of his 24-year-old son. Ric Flair has had to go through an incredibly difficult time in the past day. His stepson Sebastian tragically took his own life at the age of 24, and the Nature Boy has broken his silence. It was earlier confirmed by TMZ that Ric Flair's stepson Sebastian Kidder had taken his own life. Sebastian was the son of Wendy Barlow, Flair's partner for years. According to the Nature Boy himself, they had a relationship going back to when Sebastian was hardly 9 years old. The WWE Hall of Famer Ric Flair broke his silence after the tragic suicide, encouraging his wife Wendy and praising Sebastian for being there while he was dying, presumably referencing his hospitalization in 2016, and allowing him to share his mother with him during such a difficult time. One can't even begin to imagine the pain of losing a child. From the look of it, Flair had an excellent relationship with Sebastian, who he called unselfish. Sebastian was an aspiring musician, but it seems like this unfortunate loss could be another example of the ongoing mental health epidemic affecting young men. Please talk to a mental health professional if anyone needs help. The fact that Wendy was even able to give a statement after something like that explains what she had been through as a mother. Flair knew Sebastian for 15 years overall. Our deepest condolences go out to Ric Flair, Wendy Barlow, and her family at this tragic time. Does Samantha Irvin hate WWE? Just a few days ago, Samantha Irvin made an unexpected announcement confirming her departure from WWE. Fans enjoyed her energizing voice echoing through arenas and venues as she excelled in her role as an announcer. However, this sudden departure has sparked questions among fans. Following her announcement, Irvin addressed the departure in multiple replies to fan comments on Instagram. The former WWE announcer revealed that she didn't want to limit herself to a single role and stated that announcing was simply a way for for her to be part of the Stamford-based promotion. These statements led some to believe that Samantha might have resentment toward WWE, but the 35-year-old star reassured fans by stating, "I love WWE." This clarified that she holds no ill feelings toward the company. She further explained that announcing was not her passion, although she enjoyed every moment she spent there. Instead, she wanted to explore other roles, which is why she believes leaving WWE was the right decision. "I didn't say I hated doing it. I said I don't like announcing, meaning if I continued at WWE, I would like to not be the announcer and learn to do something else. I loved every moment I was there. But the fact that people are so upset that I don't want to announce shows me I made the right decision because it is only a role I did, not who I am," she stated. This is a more detailed clarification that Samantha Irvin has given so far regarding the online comments surrounding her sudden departure from World Wrestling Entertainment. Soon after leaving WWE, fans began speculating about Samantha Irvin's possible connection to AEW, given that her fiancé, Ricochet, is already part of Tony Khan's promotion. Does this mean she might be joining him in the All Elite Wrestling? As of now, the answer appears to be no. According to reports, she is not currently engaged in any AEW-bound activities and is expected to stay away from the pro wrestling business for some time. Furthermore, a return to WWE down the line is also possible and could provide her with a path back into the industry. It seems Samantha Irvin has plans to explore more options beyond just being an announcer in a wrestling company. Cody Rhodes is crossing the line. Cody Rhodes finished his story when he won the one championship that nobody in his family could ever hold, the undisputed WWE Championship. The American Nightmare had a dream to put that title in his father, Dusty Rhodes' hands. Though Rhodes wasn't able to do so, he has kept the American Dream's legacy alive. WWE has name-dropped the late great Dusty Rhodes a plethora of times, mostly during feuds and matches involving his son Cody. The American Dream's name has always raised the notch in a feud for Cody Rhodes, and the latter has clearly been trying to follow the legend to stay on the top of the entire roster as the face of the company. In a recent edition of the Jim Cornette Experience podcast, Cornette addressed the undisputed WWE Champion's recent babyface run and stated that while he had the Dusty cadence, he couldn't be like his father entirely. Rather, he is taking his character work to a different level, which has not showcased the American Nightmare as much of a babyface. This is it. He's not being too much of a babyface. He's crossing the line into a little prissiness. He's doing the Dusty cadence, but he's not doing the Dusty having a build like one of the boys type of thing, you know? Dusty's character's life goal was to beat up everybody that graduated from Harvard. But, Cody needs his daughter to know that he's the champion, said Jim Cornette. The battlefield is set for a collision between the undisputed WWE champion and the World Heavyweight champion. On November 2nd, the Stamford-based company will host the Crown Jewel Premium Live event at the Mohammed Abdo Arena in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. The match between Cody Rhodes and Gunther would determine the inaugural men's Crown Jewel champion, which would be a massive accolade for either of the two men. Gunther was on SmackDown last week and had a verbal joust with Cody. The ring general was getting into Cody's head so much that he went on the offensive and attacked Gunther. However, the ring general is never caught unaware, and Kaiser came out to attack Cody before Randy Orton evened the numbers and the heels left the scene. Fans will have to wait and see what WWE has planned for Rhodes versus Gunther at the PLE. Paul Heyman is being ignored by the WWE. Paul Heyman has been out of WWE programming for a few weeks now. The Hall of Famer was last seen on SmackDown when Solo Sikoa, alongside the Bloodline, attacked him, sending him through the table to take him off television. However, since Roman Reigns returned to the company, the WWE Universe has been waiting for the Wiseman to mark a return. WWE has not sent out an update on Heyman's condition following the brutal attack from the Bloodline. However, they have teased the Hall of Famer's return with some momentary work from the original Tribal Chief. During this week's edition of WWE SmackDown, Reigns referenced Heyman and stated that if he was present, this Bloodline feud would have been taken care of. During a recent edition of Jim Cornette's Drive-Thru podcast, Cornette discussed Heyman's absence from the company. The veteran stated that while WWE was not ready to bring the Wiseman back on TV anytime soon, they should at least reveal what happened to him. Detailing an injury would be better for the WWE Universe to reconnect with Heyman once he returned, feels the veteran. Would it be good if somebody said what the F actually was the matter with him? The extent of it is he got power bombed on the desk and suffered a cervical blah blah blah, and he can't move his jaw. He's not dead, he's not dead. You know he's coming back. But they haven't said exactly what was the matter with him or how long it would be. Well, not even how long it would be, but one would think they would say, poor Wiseman, what he did to him. He's still bedridden, or whatever, said Jim Cornette. While the Bloodline story has been featuring twists and turns every single week on the Blue brand, the return of Paul Heyman into the feud has been anticipated by fans around the world. This week's WWE SmackDown featured the Usos reuniting, which received an incredible reaction from the fans. With With that done, the biggest reunion that the fans have been waiting to witness is of Roman Reigns and his Wisemen. While Paul Heyman's return date is still uncertain, it's clear that the Hall of Famer will be back on WWE TV soon. Fans will have to wait and see what the company has in store for Paul Heyman on the blue brand. There's a big issue with Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso's reunion. Jimmy Uso was in for a huge surprise on last week's episode of WWE SmackDown when he walked into the ring in the closing moments of the show, and his brother Jey hugged it out with him. While it remains to be seen how this reunion pans out, Jimmy was recently spotted enjoying some time with his wife Naomi, who shared a picture of their outing on Instagram. Jimmy Uso spent a few weeks trying to convince Jey to get back with him and Roman Reigns as part of their ongoing feud with the Solo Sikoa-led bloodline. With the Yeet Man firmly on his brother and cousin's side now, it's safe to assume the OG version of Bloodline would give Sikoa and his cohorts a run for their money. A few hours back, Jimmy's wife, Naomi, shared a picture of the couple on a dinner outing at a restaurant in New York. The SmackDown superstar took to her Instagram stories to drop the photo. On a recent edition of Sportskeeda's Brodown, Vince Russo pointed out how Jey came across as selfish for attacking Bloodline only after losing his IC title at the latest episode of SmackDown. The former WWE writer explained that the angle betrayed the blood is thicker than water premise, as Jey Uso didn't come out to save Jimmy Uso when he was being brutalized the previous week. Last week, they dragged Jimmy out to the stage, and that wasn't enough to bring Jey out, but losing his belt was? That's what I'm talking about. Blood is thicker than water. Blood is thicker than a belt. They could have done exactly what you said. Because Jey came and helped, they screwed him out of the title. That's why they screwed him out of the title. They did it the reverse, and it didn't have the same effect. A 6-man tag team match has been confirmed for Crown Jewel 2024 next month that would see the Usos and Roman Reigns taking on Solo Sikoa's bloodline. Triple H scraps massive Jacob Fatu plans. Since debuting under Triple H's regime, Jacob Fatu has been presented as a formidable force. The King of Kings has consistently highlighted the raw toughness and power of the Samoan werewolf. Currently, Jacob Fatu is embroiled in the Bloodline Civil War, aligning with Solo Sikoa against Roman Reigns and the OG Bloodline. However, recent reports suggest that Triple H may have scrapped major plans for an undisputed WWE title match involving Fatu. The reason appears to be a shift in focus toward accelerating the OG Bloodline reunion storyline. According to Zero News, WWE previously discussed a potential match between Cody Rhodes and Jacob Fatu. The source provided this update in response to a prior report hinting at plans for a clash between Cody and Jacob. With the American Nightmare now distanced from the Bloodline storyline, the insider clarified that this match was, at one point, considered within the Stamford-based promotion. The source also noted that plans for a Jacob Fatu versus Cody Rhodes match were likely scrapped due to Jey Uso's accelerated reunion with the OG Bloodline. In his tweet, Zero News mentioned, due to them rushing Jey back to Bloodline, suggesting that WWE adjusted plans to prioritize Jey's return. Otherwise, Triple H might have moved forward with a match between Fatu and Rhodes. With Cody holding the undisputed WWE Championship, this potential match would have involved the title, presenting a major opportunity for the Samoan werewolf. During the recent episode of Monday Night Raw, Cody Rhodes and Jacob Fatu faced off in a dark match for the undisputed WWE title in a Philly street fight. Naturally, the American Nightmare emerged victorious, as dark matches rarely see title changes, especially with a world title on the line. However, if the reports are accurate, questions have come up about when Triple H might officially book Fatu in a world title match. Currently, the Samoan werewolf is expected to remain deeply involved in the Bloodline saga, likely until WrestleMania next year. The story between Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa doesn't appear to be ending soon, and may even extend beyond Survivor Series War Games. The conclusion could take place at WrestleMania 41, where Triple H might book a singles match between Reigns and Sikoa for the showcase of the Immortals. Given this, we may not see Jacob Fatu in a world title match until after WrestleMania 41, as the family storyline takes precedence for now. Jey Uso traded back to SmackDown. Adam Pearce has already announced several matches for this year's Saudi Arabia show. However, tonight's edition of WWE Raw will be the final episode of the Red brand before Crown Jewel 2024. This show provides the Raw general manager with one last opportunity to shake things up for Crown Jewel 2024 from the Red brand side. Let's discuss 4 possible announcements Adam Pearce could make on tonight's episode of WWE Raw. Number 1, Adam Pearce could add a stipulation to Seth Rollins versus Bronson Reed match. At Crown Jewel 2024, Seth Rollins is set to face Bronson Reed in a singles match. This bout was announced by Adam Pearce on Raw last week after their physical altercation escalated significantly. The same level of intensity is expected to carry over to tonight's show, and if that happens, the Raw GM could add a stipulation to their match. Possible stipulations Pearce might announce include a no DQ match, street fight, or steel cage match. This would make Rollins versus Reed even more exciting to watch, especially given the intensity they've shown. Number 2, the Raw general manager could announce Jey Uso's trade to SmackDown. Jey Uso is back in the Bloodline saga and finally reunited with Jimmy Uso on the recent episode of SmackDown. This suggests that the Yeet Master will join Roman Reigns and Jimmy in their battle against Solo Sikoa's faction. However, since the family saga is a part of SmackDown, this likely means that Jey will now be prominently featured on the blue brand. On tonight's show, Adam Pearce could make it official by announcing Jey's trade to SmackDown. This announcement could take place during a conversation between the Samoan twin and Pearce, with the Raw GM officially confirming the trade. Number 3, Adam could announce one more match for Crown Jewel 2024. The Crown Jewel 2024 card is already packed with multiple matches. However, Adam Pearce could announce another bout for the Saudi Arabia show by confirming Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez. The rivalry between these two began at Bad Blood 2024, when Raquel cost Mommy her match against Liv Morgan. In the previous episode of Raw, WWE aired a video package in which Raquel hinted at a match with the Eradicator happening soon. With Crown Jewel 2024 on the horizon, the Raw general manager could officially announce that these two female stars will face off at the event. Number 4, Pearce could reveal Damien Priest as the next challenger for Gunther. Gunther is set to collide with Cody Rhodes at Crown Jewel 2024 for the inaugural Crown Jewel Championship. However, the next challenger for the World Heavyweight Championship has yet to be determined. Last week, WWE hinted at a potential renewal of the rivalry between Damien Priest and the Ring General. This week, Adam Pearce could declare the Archer of Infamy as the official next challenger for the Imperium leader. Their feud could begin immediately after the Saudi Arabia show, when Gunther finishes his clash with the American Nightmare.